Good morning, everyone. So I'm sure many of us have a vacation spots we would like to go to someday. But I bet none of you guys have the Philippines as one of you guys' lists. Well, today I would like to list all the places that you guys can go to in the Philippines. But before I talk about those 3 places, I would like to talk about what is the Philippines, where is it, and how much is it? Well, the Philippines is a third world country. It's a tropical country, meaning that it's hot, it's humid, and it rains for 3 consecutive months. It is made out of more than 7,000 islands. The 3 biggest islands is, the northern part is Luzon, and then the middle part is Visayas, and then the southern part is Mindanao. So you guys can't really see the Philippines, but the Philippines is right here. And that's what, this is the Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. The Philippines is located in the western side of the Pacific Ocean. And how much is it? $1 is equivalent to 44 pesos. And with the 44 pesos, you can actually buy a whole meal with that, like with a drink, like an actual big meal. And so the places I would like to talk about first is Boracay. Boracay is known for its white powdery sand, and it's crystal blue water. And if you go to Boracay, you can actually see a lot of designs like this throughout the sand. It's pretty amazing. This is how it actually looks like. It's not even like, I'm not even trying to get a picture that's like advertising Boracay, but that's how it actually looks like when I went there. So yeah, and there's so many things you can do out there. You can go parasailing, windsurfing, kiteboarding, snorkeling, diving. And if you don't like, and once the sun goes down, you can still have fun because at night there's nightclubs and there's clubs. And in the Philippines, the legal age to drink is 18 years old. But it's a third world country, so if you have money, they'll let you in. So the next one is called Puerto Princesa. It is a long river, and that's what it looks like. It's known for its, it's a national park, and it's a model of the biodiversity. And this is the national park itself. You guys go on the cave itself, and this is what it looks like. It's pretty amazing. And if you go on the 3-hour boat ride, you can actually go to Port Blanco, where you can, where it's like this backpacker's dream, where you can sleep in a hammock, swim too. And then also at Puerto Princesa, there's this place where you can try crocodile meat. If you're adventurous, you can go to Inakbok Grill or Timalok, where you can try, like I said, crocodile meat or shipworm. Shipworm is like they live in this wood, in the wood, and then they go deep on the wood itself, and you have to like get it out of the wood. They're not really technically snakes, but they have that body-like. It's like slimy, it's kind of long. And if you're not so adventurous, you can go to Lukai, which is just seafood. And then the last place that I would like to talk about is Bohol. It is known for its chocolate hills. This is what it looks like. And during the summertime where it's kind of hot, when the rainy season is done, the color is kind of more brownish. That's why they call it chocolate hills. And it's also known for our little monkey. It's called tarsiers. And this is what they look like. They're about 3 to 6 inches tall, so they're really tiny. And they're famous for their like big eyes. And the great thing about this tour is that you can feed them. You can feed them like, they give you like a little stick and there's like cricket on the end. And you just give it to them and they grab it. See how tiny they are? They're so cute. And then another thing you can do at Bohol is the Lobok River. You go along this river and you go on this big ass boat. Big boat. Another big boat. And you get to eat a Filipino buffet. So this is where you'll be riding. So that's what it looks like. I actually been there. It's big. Yeah. And then once you're done with the whole tour in the river, you can go to the Lobok Ecotourism Adventure Park where you can go zip lining and air cable. And so I hope you guys consider Philippines as one of your next vacation spot. It's cheap, it's affordable, and it's really nice. And the people there speak English, they understand English because we're educated to learn how to speak and understand English so that we can go abroad someday. Because it is a third world country and people there are poor, so we're trying to upgrade our people.
All right, Nicole, I like the idea of the attention device. I think you need to work a little bit on your transition and have a little bit more fun with it like you did at the end of the speech. At the end of the speech, you're kind of making a joke and having, kidding around about what's going on. And you need to be able to do that sort of thing at the beginning. So you say, oh, your dream vacation, blah, blah. Most of you probably never dreamed of going to the Philippines, And why wouldn't you dream of going to the Philippines? Well, maybe you've heard that it's a third world nation, and maybe it's just a place that, never sounded all that appealing to you. I don't know, That's where I went, and I have family there, and I'll tell you what, the Philippines is actually a great place to go, despite your worries. Just have a little bit of fun. It just feels like you kind of drop into it. Once you've said the Philippines, it's like that's all you felt like you needed to do at the beginning, and that seems strange to me. It sounds like you've got a couple of previews. Your first preview seems to be talking about the stuff that you're going to discuss before you get to the Philippines, like where it is and the money and all those kinds of things. And that feels like it's just totally unnecessary. Maybe a brief point in background information, but it shouldn't be its own separate point. And I don't understand why you're previewing it, because the real structure of your speech are the 3 locations that you're talking about, the different places that you could visit. So that other stuff could be part of the background information back again to your introduction. Why would the Philippines be a good place for your dream vacation to be? Your money goes farther in the Philippines. It's on the other side of the world, so it's pretty exotic. And, they all speak English there too. So, it'll be pretty easy for you to do those things. But what is it that you would do in the Philippines? And then you go to your main points. So I'm a little uncomfortable with the preview and how that stuff gets structured. But once you get to the main places that you're going to talk about, I think it's pretty easy to follow. Use those as the structure. Now, I think you could use a little bit more detail on some of the points that you mention in each of those locations. You talk about the national park, you talk about the chocolate hills, you talk about some of the things that people are doing. Sometimes it sounds a little bit like a shopping list. Here are 10 things that you can pick out to do if you're at any of those places. Mention this is the thing that is most widely visited when people go to this island. You know, this is the thing that most people want to see. And why do they want to see it? Well, it's spectacular. Here's the view that's going on here. And there are a lot of different ways to see it. You know, what I did, the best way, the thing that I think is the best is by getting on that large bottom boat. Or that big ass ship, whichever way you want to refer to it. And, you know, cruising down the waterway here and having a buffet and looking at all of the amazing things that are going on. And I think you can cut out some slides as a consequence of doing those kinds of things, and focus a little bit. Everybody's enjoying the pictures. You heard everybody go "ah" about the picture of the monkey. You know, everybody's responding to that kind of thing. And you know, you could almost hear people's breath sucking in because there are some pretty beautiful vistas that you're showing there. At that one place where you've got all of the I don't know what you call them. You know, the housing on the stilts over the water. Yeah, I'm sure there's a name for that kind of thing, and it looks fantastic. It looks gorgeous. Everybody would say, well, I vacation there. What's wrong with that? Third world country. Hell, that looks like the most expensive resort I ever went to. You know, that's really attractive. And you need to do a little bit more of that kind of thing. I think you get better at that during the speech, by the way. So as you're going on, you do a little bit more of those kinds of things, and you need to do that more. Now, I'm going to yell at you about just a couple of things. And I know that you turned off the lights so we could see the pictures a little bit better. I think most of the pictures we didn't need to have the lights off for, so that's a problem. And because you got the lights off, it's awfully hard to see a lot of things that you're doing. You're the speaker up here. It's like you're narrating the slideshow a little bit. Your voice is very good. I think there's good energy there, so you're doing very good on those things, but it's a little bit hard to see what your facial expressions are and where your eye contact is. You know, I'm not completely blind in the dark, but it's just, it's a little bit like you're hiding in the dark when you do that, and I don't think that comes across as well. You got nervous feet. Sometimes you're crossing your ankles while you're speaking and you look like you're just off center there. But I thought you did a pretty good job for the most part on the presentation things. Like I said, all the vocal stuff is really solid. It sounds good there. The visual stuff, a little hard to assess sometimes because of the dark. I think you were doing okay on most things, but you're closing the audience out a little bit by doing that kind of stuff. All right, thank you.